Well, good morning there, Pipe Pals. Old Holy Smoking Pipe Padre coming at you here. And in the background, I'd like to introduce to you some wonderful choral music. This is by one of our very own YouTube pipe presenters, David, Mature Fox 1, from I think Freiburg in Germany, Deutschland. And this is his singing ensemble, and their singing Morning Has Broken. What a beautiful song to open this little video with in the morning. It's a beautiful autumnal morning. Just got back from a little 4-mile walk. I guess what I'm doing is I'm incorporating my Volksmarching from my time when I was in Deutschland. And even though we really don't do Volksmarching officially here in the United States, at least in this part of the world, it's not really known that much about. Essentially, that's kind of what I do. So I just got back from a nice, wonderful little Volksmarch. And I just enjoy going out in the early morning, in the afternoon, late afternoon, early evening, and just kind of just walking. I just enjoy that so much. Anyway, I want to say thank you to David for sending me the CD. And I listened to it about a week ago, but I really wanted to put it into a video just to get you guys to know that we have so much talented people out there. Whether they're talented pipe carvers. Speaking of talented pipe carvers, I would love, Joe Case, if you are watching, sir. You know how I love to ask you to make reasonable facsimiles of some of these pipes. I'd love to see what you would do with the Trevi treatment of a Savinelli 320, a Joe Case 320. Yeah, a Joe Case 320. I bet it'd be awesome. Anyway, I'm smoking again my newest acquisition, the Savinelli Trevi 320. And then I'm smoking some Frogmorton Over the Pond. And I gotta tell you, just a wonderful, wonderful autumnal smoke. Anyway, I wanted to take this opportunity. I know I just uploaded a video just last night, and showcasing the new Savinelli, which I really am enjoying. It's a wonderful pipe. But I wanted to say something, and I feel a little responsible. As much as I love pipe smoking, and I've been a lifelong pipe smoker, off and on. I was just thinking about that on one of my walks yesterday. One of the things that I used to love going into the tinderbox, or even the briar patch, of course, now, is that wonderful aroma, fragrance of tobaccos that are, in the store. That I just don't think you can find that anywhere else in any other store. It's just a very unique fragrance, aroma, and it's just something that is just wonderful. All those wonderful flavors of tobacco that greet your nose when you walk into a place like the Tinderbox or the Briar Patch or a good tobacco shop. Again, it reminds me of the beautiful fermented fragrances of the McClellan's blends, which I always have loved. Yeah, it's something kind of very autumnish or fallish about fermenting things. That's usually on the harvest, the fall, and all those wonderful things are being fermented into either vinegars or wines or tobaccos. mm, moldering fruit, moldering tobaccos. Anyway, so anyway, those it just conjures up a lot of my earlier memories of getting introduced to the hobby of pipe smoking. Smelling the wonderful uh, blend in the pouch. My brother would come home and I'd sneak into his attaché case. He always had a little attaché case that he would bring home with all his paperwork in it. But in there would be his pipe and his pipe pouch with his tobacco pouch. And, I secretly open that up and, just wonderful. And then just, of course, when he would smoke the pipe itself, that filling that room with that room note, or as I like to affectionately call it, the announcement, of the pipe. So I've always enjoyed pipe smoking. There are certain mystiques about the hobby that appeal to me. Some don't appeal to other people. I think I always was intrigued by Sherlock Holmes paraphernalia, pipe smoking paraphernalia. Again, the calabash. Now, again, in the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle stories, there's never really a mention per se of a calabash. And the reason why he actually used a gourd calabash was because in the theaters, on stage, it was the only thing that could kind of be projected to the back of the stage, the back of the theater, I should say. That would carry, you could see that he was actually smoking something, So the big gourd calabash kind of became a standard prop for the persona of a Sherlock Holmes character. But Jeremy Brett portrayed Sherlock Holmes probably a little bit more accurately, perhaps at least a little bit more to the the period by having Sherlock having a church warden, because the Sidney Paget shows him smoking a very long church warden curled up in a big armchair. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I want to make a little bit of an apology, because as much as I love the hobby and I love my certain pipes, I don't want people to say, well, gosh, Holy Smoking Pipe Padre smokes this tobacco, or he smokes this kind of a pipe, therefore it's got to be great and wonderful. Well, in my estimation, yeah, I enjoy the ones that I have. I mean, I have more than enough, to be honest with you. But I got to be careful, because I think one or two people have taken my word on certain products, shall we say. I'm not going to mention the names, and they have sent me a couple little notes saying they went out and got such said products and they were very disappointed. And I want to say I'm sorry, and I regret the fact that you're having a bad experience. It'd be like if people were, getting Apple products because of me and saying, hey, I don't like Apple products, they're terrible, and to be honest with you, I have to say, to some extent, that some of the Apple products that I've had in the last year have been a little lackluster. There's been little glitches that I've had to kind of, just deal with. And in the past, I've had great experience with Apple products and Apple service, but the last 6 months have been a bit dubious. I still love my Apple products. I'm using my original Apple iMac 17-inch. It was a wonderful gift. Had it refurbished last year. I'll probably have it refurbished again 2 or 3 years from down the road if I need to. I want to keep this machine. It's a very sentimental gift, and it helped me to accomplish an awful lot of things in my work as a prison chaplain. I use this particular machine right here every single waking moment to create videos for my inmates and on CCTV. So I love Apple products and Final Cut Pro, and there's been some growing periods with the new Final Cut Pro 10, but it's turning out to be a pretty good program. But change is always hard. So when people go through a change, there's going to be some good things and there's going to be some not so good things. Anyway, so I wanted to apologize if somebody has watched my videos and thought I was endorsing, telling you, go out and buy this pipe because Fully Smoking Pipe Padre smokes it and it's great. And you did that and you found that, gosh, it wasn't that great. This pipe didn't smoke any better than another pipe that I have, To be honest with you, I know Joe Case has an interesting video on actually how you make the pipe and how critical, this whole little section in here is, where the stem meets the actual wood and and there's a lot to it, folks. And I mean, I don't carve pipes. I don't think I could. I don't know if I'd ever be able to do that. But I do understand that the draft principle in a good pipe is critical. I've had pipes where you sit there and you trying to smoke one. I have one that I bought that is just a real disappointment. And I've actually had one of my say my top line pipes, one of my Dunhills that was just, and I've shared this with you before. For some reason, it just wasn't a good pipe, and I was honest about that. But if you hear me talking about, say, this new Savinelli Trevi 320 and saying, "Oh wow, this is a great pipe, go out and buy one," that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. I'm not telling you to go out and buy anything. I'm not telling you to go out and try a tobacco. I'm not even trying to tell you to go out and smoke a pipe. I'm not here to tell you that. But I am going to share with you my enjoyment of the hobby of pipe smoking. And if I find something that I enjoy, I'm going to say, I really enjoy this. Now, if you conclude that, hey, if he's enjoying it, maybe I will. Well, maybe you will. Maybe you will. But maybe you won't. Everybody's different. There are some tobaccos that I enjoy thoroughly. And I've kind of touted them, I guess, to some extent and said, hey, this is really enjoyable. I like it. And I've had a few people who have gone out and tried them and said, you know what? That ain't for me. And that's okay. But I just want to be careful that people don't, interpret that I'm trying to sell something or I'm trying to get you to go out and buy something. Again, the hobby can be as expensive or as inexpensive as you want it to be. You don't have to smoke a certain brand pipe just because it's a certain brand pipe. You just don't have to do that. But I do think that some pipes are worthy of a trial. Hey, try it out. And the nice thing is, in some places and even online, you can get estate pipes that have been refurbished. And I think, to be honest with you, I would prefer an excellent estate pipe as opposed to maybe even a newer brand name pipe. I like the fact that that pipe has been around for, say, several decades, maybe almost 60 or 70 decades, 70 years. I think I have a pipe from the 1930s, and it does smoke really well. It's a wonderful pipe. I'm afraid that a lot of things that are now you put a name on it today, it doesn't have the quality that it had 40 years ago. It just doesn't. To some extent, I'm sad to say that. So anyway, I just wanted to get on here real quick and just say that um, if I have misled anybody or you felt like pressured, well, I got to go out and buy this new expensive pipe, and then you find out that the expensive pipe was not to your liking. The old saying is caveat emptor, buyer beware. Uh, I don't represent any tobacco companies. I don't represent any pipe manufacturers. But that being said, if I have had a good experience personally, I'm going to tell you, hey, I'm enjoying this. This is good. You might like it too, but I'm not telling you to go out and buy anything. So I feel a little sad and a little bit responsible because I feel that a couple people have, based upon my recommendation, gone out and purchased something and they were not very happy with it. Now that being said, I have had experiences with certain tobaccos and certain pipes where I have kind of expected a little bit more, and the initial first experience was very lackluster, even kind of disappointing. And then later, I went back and tried it again. And one of the little secrets, I should say, to pipe smoking that's important to remember is that, and I think I got this from Bruno, the Daily Puffer, and some other guys, and they're absolutely right on, is in order to have a fair determination of a pipe and a pipe tobacco, you kind of have to marry up maybe certain pipes with certain tobaccos, because maybe not every pipe is going to smoke that particular tobacco as well as another pipe. Example being flake tobaccos. Some pipes are going to smoke a flake tobacco better than others, and vice versa. Some pipes won't smoke a flake tobacco well at all. The other thing is that you have to keep in mind is that if you're trying a new pipe and a new tobacco, you really need to at least give it 3 consecutive bowls. One, the pipe has to break in. Like, oh, this is still breaking in. This is very delightful. A little madrigal, it sounds like. I love it. Got that medieval sound going. I love it. Way to go, David. Delightful music. Perfect pipe smoking music. Again, check out Mature Fox 1. And I think he's got lots of ensemble videos up there, and music videos, and also pipe videos. But you want to give that tobacco a chance after the pipe's been broken in, to let it really kind of seep into the pores of the wood, because every tobacco has its own unique signature. Now, some tobaccos, clearly, they've been heavily cased, or they're just a stout, maybe English blend or something, or maybe a really fruity aromatic are going to come through loud and clear, maybe the first bowl, no problem. But you may be dealing with some ghosting. If it's an old pipe smoking a new tobacco, or if it's a new pipe, again, it's still kind of green. But the thing is that, and I found this to be true when I remember Bruno saying it, I said, maybe he's right. I got a pipe and I got this new tobacco and I put the tobacco in the pipe and I smoked it and I wasn't happy. I was like, this isn't as good as everybody's saying it is. And then I asked myself, well, what am I missing? What am I doing wrong? Well, one of the things about pipe smoking is there's a little bit of patience that's required. Not just, in puffing the actual pipe during an actual smoke, but getting to know a tobacco, getting to know a pipe. Again, what kind of tobaccos is this pipe going to smoke? This pipe might not smoke a flake as well as, say, another pipe. I haven't tried a flake yet. I've been trying mostly, uh, uh, ready rubbed kind of tobaccos. And so far, it's wonderful. This is my experience of a Savinelli 320. In fact, when I first saw this, and other people smoking it, I thought, oh, it's to be honest with you, I was really hesitant. I thought, well, but then again, I said, well, for the price, if it doesn't work out, okay, it's not going to be the end of the world. But I'm very, very, very happy with this Savinelli. And just because I do like a certain brand doesn't mean that I'm a snob or I'm exclusive and I wouldn't never let anything other than a Dunhill touch my lips and that kind of stuff. That's not what it's all about. But again, it's most of the Dunhills that I have, with that one exception, are good little smokers. Are they better than, say, a Savinelli or an Ashton or Joe Case Pipe? I wouldn't say they're better, but they're just a good, reliable, quality product for the most part. A little versatility here with David's ensemble. A little doo-wop, huh? Yeah. Madrigals and doo-wop. I love it. Little barbershop quartet kind of thing. So I think the thing that I like about our little band of guys and gals is that we all get on here and we say, hey, this is what I'm smoking today. This is the pipe I'm smoking, And people go, I've never seen a pipe like that before. Or I haven't heard of that blend before. One of the recent examples are Eric and Angela. The Eric and Angela show, and or the Angela and Eric show. And they were, talking about the Sutliff tobaccos, and they actually kindly sent me some, along with this really cool pipe tamper. More Wolfbane Van Helsing. Children of the night, what beautiful music they make. I just had to say that. But the Sutliff tobaccos, hey, even Jay, I remember Jay saying, well, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And actually it turned out to be pretty darn good. And I've had some tobaccos. Okay, let me give you for instance here. Okay, here's some W.O. Larson. This stuff smells so good. Special signature. This is signature blend in the blue tin. You crack this open. You take that deep draft. Oh, smells wonderful. But it burns. You're going to get tongue bite with this. I'm sorry. You have to treat this with a lot of respect. And I smoke it in a Danish freehand mostly. I like it. Am I telling you to go out and buy it? No. Am I telling you to go out and even try it? No. I'm just telling you that's what I like. And again, it's just like Haunted Bookshop. Most of you know my ongoing love affair with Haunted Bookshop. Haunted Bookshop is so elusive that it keeps me coming back. If somebody was a new pipe smoker and said, hey, do you think I should try Haunted Bookshop? I'd say, if you're a new pipe smoker, I wouldn't try it. I mean, you can if you want to go light up a bowl and tell me what you think. But I'm not saying go out and smoke Haunted Bookshop. I'm not saying that. I just love a big band. Swing. I love, he's got a wonderful little ensemble here. They just are so versatile. Dua, dua. In the mood to smoke a good pipe. And I think that's the best way I can end this video is just saying, whatever puts you in a good mood. Because the ultimate thing, that if I'm saying anything, is I enjoy my pipes. And I hope you enjoy whatever pipe, whatever tobacco that you're smoking. So hopefully it's going to put you in the mood to enjoy a nice pipe today. So light up your world, light up your pipe. See ya.